we got 5 minutes here with Jeff Westphal. He's a GTD driver in the Tudor Championship. So first things first, tell me about your practice. What you all about?
This morning we found the track pretty well. I say that because it was a session with 4 classes that we're not necessarily going to race with at this particular event, which is a change for us. So in a little over 2 mile space, we had over 50 cars of different speeds, and it was a little bit chaotic to say the least. With that said, the car balance felt really well, really good to me. There's small changes that we make. We always want to adjust things to make them slightly more perfect. You know what I mean? But I think we're in a good shape so far, good starting point, and we'll see what we get in the second session. We have another look at it.
A couple more adjustments maybe during the second session then?
Frankly speaking, we don't have a lot of time and or space in pit lane during the practice, so this whole race weekend we've gone with the idea of trying to set up the adjustment prior to the session, analyze it for both of us in the car, both drivers, get the feedback, and then we make the change in between sessions, rather than stopping on pit lane and doing it live.
So, this is your home event. You've got sponsors, family, friends here. It's kind of like working in a fishbowl. Is it more difficult to prepare in an environment like this than it is when you're on the other side of the country?
It's funny you should ask that. The fishbowl analogy is funny. It's you know, you go into a home event thinking it's going to be great because you know the track, all your family, friends are going to be there, a lot of sponsors, a lot of clients are going to be there. It's really, really fun and everyone wants to say hi, but that's exactly the hard part, is that everyone wants to say hi. And at the end of the day, the same responsibilities that we have on the East Coast events when we're not local are present, as well as entertaining everyone that goes on. And frankly, it's part of our job, and I enjoy that part, but it's a little bit more stressful because there's less time to fit everything in.
Sure. All right, so just really quickly, give me your expectations for this weekend. You know, I know that you and I talked about it a little bit yesterday, but your car versus some of the other cars in your class on this track may not get around to quite as fast. Tell me what you expect to accomplish this weekend.
I expect us to be really competitive. I don't know that we'll be the fastest car outright. I would love to be. This track itself usually is good for Ferrari, and I think we're going to be in really good shape, but we're cautiously optimistic would be a good way to put it. There's a couple other packages here that I think have a slight advantage given the balance of performance at the moment, but at the end of the day, it's up to us to get in, drive, and make the most of what we have, and take advantage of the scenarios that unfold after the green flags dropped. We're going to do that.
In a class that is kind of a mix of gentleman drivers and pros, a lot of guys in this class have bought their seat, but these guys came on. Is it more satisfying working with a team when you know that they came after you?
It is. You know, it's more satisfying. At the end of the day, the responsibility is still there, and for me, you know, I've made my way through motorsports thinking about it one session at a time. You know, it's like overwhelming to look at the big picture and think about so many variables that are moving and everything that's going on. And the easiest way to simplify it is what's the immediate task in the next session. That's 95% of your focus. Let the other 5% handle the rest, but keep the eye on the current situation. And ultimately, that's where I'm at with the team too. It's a pleasure to drive for them. They're a great bunch. They have awesome cars. They look fantastic. But at the end of the day, we must perform. You know, we must put the car towards the front, and that's what we're here to do.
All right, there you go, everybody. There's 5 minutes with Jeff Westphal.